Breaking news, the Game Changers release date was just, well, released. September 16. They also dropped the second bombshell trailer, which absolutely blew my mind. I got goosebumps multiple times during the trailer. Today we will take a look at the footage together, and I want to point out some cool stuff in this that you might have missed. I also want to tell you why the Game Changers movie will accelerate the global transition to a vegan diet, and why I think that this film, once released, might just change the game.
One and only Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I ate a lot of meat. They showed us commercials
Steak. That's what a man eats.
selling that idea that real men eat meat.
Serious man food.
But you got to understand, that's marketing. That's not based on reality.
Freaking awesome way to begin the trailer. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a household name, and to see him speak publicly about veganism is just an extremely cool thing. Also note how Arnold Schwarzenegger is still very fit for his age.
I've been teaching fighting techniques to government agencies for more than 15 years. Then, I got injured. Unable to teach for at least 6 months, I spent more than 1,000 hours studying science on recovery and nutrition, and stumbled across a study about the Roman gladiators.
The gladiators were predominantly vegetarian.
How could the original professional fighters be so powerful, eating only plants?
Most of the gladiators were indeed vegetarians, but I think not by choice. Gladiators were essentially slaves, and eating meat was a privilege reserved for the rich. But this doesn't mean that they were not fighting machines. I think it's actually a good anecdote, because gladiators are associated with fearlessness and masculinity. To realize that these brave men were thriving on a vegetarian diet is quite, you could say, game-changing.
When I made the switch to a plant-based diet, I qualified for my 3rd Olympic team. I broke 2 American records. I was like, man, I should have done this a long while ago.
That's an awesome t-shirt, dude. Yeah, that's everything I have to say about this scene. And this guy is badass, of course. I think this lineup was mostly unrecognized, because, well, it's words and not images. But have you noticed that James Cameron, yes, the guy that created Avatar and Titanic, Arnold and Jackie Chan are all executive producers? This is going to be massive.
With plant-based, I wasn't sure if I was gonna survive. And I actually became like a machine.
Now this is the first time I got real goosebumps. When she said she actually became like a machine and trains like a robot on the freaking bicycle.
And I actually became like a machine.
Awesome. Will you marry me? Again, this lineup went unnoticed by most. But Lewis Hamilton, arguably the best Formula 1 driver, Novak Djokovic, arguably the best tennis player, yes, this comes from a Swiss guy, and Chris Paul, a great basketball player, are all executive producers too? I think I just ***ed in my pants.
One of the biggest misconceptions in sports nutrition
I don't know what these rings stand for, but they look like they will bring you street cred.
is that we have to have animal protein to perform at a high level. That's just not true.
Truth be spoken.
Sometimes you have to do things that you know your competitors aren't doing.
Like training with pink dumbbells. Still badass.
Today's blood and yesterday's blood.
What you see here is a sample of blood in test tubes. They highlight the 3 parts that your blood consists of, which is the red blood cells. These are the main transport units of your body, the plasma, which contains water, protein, nutrients and hormones, and these are the white blood cells and pallets. I'm not a doctor, but it looks like today's blood is more transparent than yesterday's ones. Can be linked with hydration levels too, but what they want to show here is that there can be a fast improvement with dietary change.
I think this is going to wake a lot of people up.
I was recovering better, not getting as sore. This was our best season in the last 15 years, and we had 14 guys on plant-based diets.
What I like here is that 1, these are all guys that you don't want to mess with. Bald, heavily tattooed badasses. And number 2, they're plant-based and they're not eating lettuce and drinking water. People actually look at this footage and think, whoa, there are so many options. This actually can be easy. There are ice drinks, burgers, Salad? Man, maybe this plant-based thing isn't as hard as I thought.
We all want to feel great, have more energy.
Lewis Hamilton, what can I say? He's one of a kind. QG's man crush. Next to Dr. G, obviously.
Cholesterol was 276. Today, 169.
Whoa, now you're talking.
From 276 to 169. Damn, this is really freaking impressive. This guy went from very high risk of heart disease to the optimal range. He looks good, sounds energetic, and has great blood work. But look at this. His eyes are sunken in. This is vegan deterioration. I'm just kidding.
Most guys my age can keep up with the grandchildren. My grandchildren can't keep up with me.
This is the second time I got really hard goosebumps. Look at this dude. Shredded to the bones, great attitude, and fit as f***. This guy's about to steal your grandma, man. If I ever decide to create mini-me's, I want to be a granddad like that.
With me.
It's not one set of dietary guidelines for improving your performance as an athlete, another one for reversing heart disease, reversing diabetes. It's the same for all of them.
This quote is so good. Let that sink in. It's not one set of dietary guidelines for improving your performance as an athlete, another one for reversing heart disease, reversing diabetes. It's the same for all of them. Kinda sounds like common sense, but isn't. Thanks, Dean Ornish. Here you see a Patrik Baboumian in his natural habitat. Destroying things, having fun.
Someone asked me, how could you get as strong as an ox without eating any meat? And my answer was, have you ever seen an ox eating meat?
Patrik Baboumian, badass. I personally have never seen an ox eat meat. Have you? So this was the Game Changers trailer, including the release date. Make sure to smash the like button and be tuned for the Game Changers movie. The mission of this YouTube channel is to put veganism across the goal line. If you want to help us achieve that, like and subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Let's make food production great again.